Hall of Fame coach Denny Crum is responsible for bringing dozens of All-Americans to the University of Louisville.
WDRB's Stefan Johnson talked to one of Crum's first recruits about the impact the legendary coach had on his players and the city of Louisville.
He wanted to talk to me about coming to play for him at Louisville.
In the early 1970s, one of his high school coaches helped convince Junior Bridgman to take a recruiting trip to the University of Louisville.
He kept saying, you know, it's going to be good. He's going to be a great coach, and look at the roster. They've got like 7 seniors on the roster.
Bridgman had just led his Indiana high school team to a state championship and was one of Denny Crum's first recruits in an effort to turn the Cardinals into a basketball powerhouse.
And that was all a part of it, getting people to believe that the program, the basketball program and the university could be so much on a higher level than I think what a lot of people thought it could be.
Under Coach Crum's leadership, Bridgman says he learned the importance of fundamental basketball and self-motivation.
He said, if you can't get yourself motivated to play, it'll carry through in life. And you know what? He was absolutely right.
As a senior, Bridgman led the Cardinals to the Final Four, where they eventually lost to UCLA.
It took a long time to get over that loss, to UCLA.
Bridgman would go on to have a successful NBA career and thought Coach Crum's days at Louisville were number 2.
I actually thought he was going to go to UCLA, right after Wooden retired. It seemed like the logical choice. It seemed like the only choice.
Instead, Coach Crum continued building the University of Louisville into a 2-time national champion.
His effect on the university goes so much farther than just, winning 2 championships and winning games.
Bridgman explains why he believes Coach Crum's legacy transcends basketball.
And if the basketball program didn't reach the levels that it did, you'd have never had the football facilities, you'd have never had some of the other things that they had here, yet a lot of people don't understand that.
Bridgman says Coach Crum is also the reason a lot of former players return to Louisville.
I don't think I can emphasize it enough that that's all a part of what he did for the university and for the city, because these guys could have gone anywhere.
Not only did they return to Louisville, Bridgman and other former players stayed connected to Coach Crum.
Alan Murphy, and Doc Shea went over to see him at his house and talked to Susan.
Bridgman says the last time he saw Coach Crum was just a few weeks ago.
Coach was alert, and he called me Junie, and that's what he always called me, and he called Murph, and called Doc Shea, Doc, and we had probably stayed there an hour and a half.
Rick Bozich and I spent about an hour with Junior Bridgman today. Rick, I know you've known Bridgman and Coach Crum for a long time, but today both of us heard a few things that we were surprised by, including some of the ones who got away.
Yeah, Doc Rivers at Marquette, now the head coach of the Sixers. Leon Douglas, who was a star at the University of Alabama. I didn't know that Doc Rivers was that close to coming to Louisville, and JB said he asked him why he didn't come. He said, you had so many dudes there that I wouldn't get to play.
Right, jumping over the rim, kind of the doctors of dunk, the beginning of that. Also, we know that Coach Crum had a very close relationship with Joe B. Hall after they retired. They had the radio show together. Joe B. Hall once told me to get a life because I told him I listened to him a lot after you gave me his number. But Bridgman shared another rival who he had a close friendship with.
He was close friends with Indiana coach Bob Knight. They had totally opposite personalities. Coach Crum was always cool and reserved. Coach Knight a little more volatile, but he invited him down to Louisville. He played in the Foster Hayes golf tournament. They went hunting and fishing together. And I remember when Coach Crum coached in the Pan Am Games, he called Coach Knight, who had coached in the Olympic team, for advice on how to handle an international team.
Wow. Also, I think both of us appreciated something that Bridgman said, that he took why he appreciated Coach Crum so much after his playing days at the University of Louisville.
Yeah, he thanked him for his career, really, because of the way he coached him. When he went in the NBA, it was a very quick adjustment for him because Coach stressed the fundamentals and told him that he had to learn to motivate himself.
All right, thanks a lot, Rick. I appreciate that. For more on our conversation with Junior Bridgman, just head to our website at WDRB.com.